Hello, I have kind of a cool beer here. It's a wet hopped non-alcoholic IPA. This is one of the special ones you have to buy online direct from Athletics Brewery. This is Oregon Strata wet hop, so it's using Strata hops from Oregon. Strata is probably one of the most popular new hops of the past couple years. Very fruity. If you throw it in with Citron Mosaic, it's hard for me to even tell. It just kind of blends in with that profile. And this one's a little bit over a month old, so hopefully it still has some of the wet hop aromatics. And what was cool is that I ordered this on the internet and it showed up in basically 24 hours. So I'm also not very far from their Connecticut brewery. But it's weird. On here it says Athletic Brewing, Milford, Connecticut, and they have a brewery in San Diego. But on their website and the shipping info said it was from Stratford, Connecticut, not Milford. But whatever. So, less than 0.5% alcohol. And I have very few wet hop beers. Seems like wet hop beers just aren't as popular anymore on the East Coast. It's a pain to make them. People just probably don't care as much about them. But they still, on the West Coast, are really popular, especially in Oregon and the hop growing regions. Getting some good aroma already. But I'm also just thinking this is a special, like, small batch, extra hopped IPA from Athletic. So even despite it being wet hop, it's probably just going to be a good IPA. But good non-alcoholic one. And the head's got some nice big soapy bubbles in there. And a very slight haze to it. I feel like it might be more than their Free Wave, their year-round hazy IPA, which that one used to be really hazy and a little bit coarse. And they took that haze away. But it looks pretty good. The bubbles are pretty big, so it might not last too long. They're popping pretty fast. It still has that non-alcoholic thing that smells like unfermented barley malt, which is weird because usually it's fermented and they take the alcohol out. But there's lots of great fruity aromas. Yeah, it's very, very peachy, I guess I'd say. Yeah, huge on the peach, actually. More peachy than a lot of, alcoholic IPAs. Maybe that's what Strata is really pushing, is peachy. It's not the exact same kind of peach that I get from Mosaic, which is more like peach rings. And maybe this is peach rings. And there's a little bit of some kind of furry foresty note maybe in there. But really just like a lot of really nice peach. I'm enjoying that, though it doesn't... The one note is a really good note going on. It's got some bitterness. Not coarse, but not super sweet. Maybe gets a little more citrusy in the flavor, a little more of a bitter citrus, light orange, lime spritzer sort of thing. It's got some body, but it's not too sweet. Don't give me the calorie count on this. Yeah, because a lot of times the calorie count kind of tells you how sweet it is. It's pretty easy to figure that out because the alcohol accounts for very little of the calories, almost none. But this is pretty nice. Very drinkable. Of course, you can still tell it's a non-alcoholic beer. I doubt you'd be able to give this to me and fool me. Maybe you could fool some people. If like they'd never had a non-alcoholic beer, you might give them this and they'd be like, this is kind of weird, but kind of good. Got some head retention going on. That's cool. Yeah, it gets more toasty for some reason. And any beers, even if they don't have a toasty malt character in the flavor, it always gets more, just a general toasty, almost sort of like baguette crust, not burnt toast or anything like that. No caramel. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it's caramel. But this is just turning into, the peach is just turning to more bitter citrus as I drink this, which is fine. Yeah, it's nice, but yeah, it's morphing quite a bit from what I thought was going to be a really sweet peach, juicy thing into more of a traditional IPA bitterness and profile. And maybe there's some kind of perfumey special wet hop thing. I said that I smelled something that's kind of foresty, woodsy. But it's also connecting with like that sweet peach too. I wish I could have tried this, when it was 1 week in the can. But it's definitely worth a try. Especially if you can get it delivered to your door in a day. I had some like Instagram $10 off coupon I got, so then I picked this up. This is $14.99 on their website, and then it was $5 for shipping, but then minus the $10 a 6-pack. Definitely worth it. That's even cheaper than what most of the regular 6-packs on the shelves go for. They have a lot of other small batch pilot program beers, which I could have bought, but they're just doing probably the best job and probably making the most different non-alcoholic styles of any brewery in the world, probably. And this is probably one of their best IPAs I've had. Really nice. It's just, I'd say 4.25. Bye.